In early America, people with disabilities lived largely in the shadows of society. Colonial communities lacked formal support systems, and those born with physical, sensory, or intellectual impairments often depended entirely on family or church charity. Many were hidden away or institutionalized in poorhouses. Disabilities were frequently viewed through a religious lens, either as divine punishment for sin or as tests of faith for the family. In this context, compassion was often mixed with shame or fear, which led to exclusion rather than support. As the United States began to grow and develop, Enlightenment ideas introduced more secular, humanitarian perspectives. Institutions such as almshouses and asylums became common in the late 1700s and early 1800s, often under the premise of providing care and rehabilitation. However, these early institutions were rarely well-funded or well-regulated. People with disabilities were often grouped together regardless of their specific needs, and the goal was typically custodial care rather than education or integration. One figure who changed the perception of what people with disabilities could achieve was Laura Bridgman. Born in 1829 and rendered deaf and blind by illness, she became the first person with these dual disabilities to be successfully educated. Samuel Gridley Howe, director of the Perkins School for the Blind, used innovative tactile methods to teach her language. Bridgman's achievements gained international fame and inspired future educators, including those who would later teach Helen Keller. Bridgman's story also served as a counterpoint to the dominant narrative of helplessness. It showed that with the right support, individuals with disabilities could learn, communicate, and thrive. Her success helped fuel a slow but growing interest in specialized education, particularly for people with sensory impairments. Still, for the majority of disabled Americans, life remained isolated and unsupported. And by the end of the 1800s, the groundwork was being laid for more formal systems of care and education. Yet, these early steps toward inclusion were often overwhelmed by societal fear, moral judgment, and a lack of resources. This era, while not yet one of activism, marks the beginning of public recognition that disability is not a moral failing, but a condition that demands thoughtful support and inclusion.